That's not rage baiting, clickbaiting. I don't know what that is.
And this is the worst Premier League team that we'll ever see if they win the Premier League title.
Manchester United event at the chat.
I know. I can't believe that. Flex is unbearable at the minute, just for being in 4th place.
Your mob's a joke.
We're not doing that. We're not doing it. We're not doing the head rush down the toilet.
Kweku, you not tell? Hey, look at this, baby! Come on now.
Hello and welcome to Inside talkSPORT, sponsored by BetMGM. This is your definitive preview of the weekend sporting action. I'm Abbi Summers.
And I'm Harry Durham. In the next 25 minutes, we'll be breaking down the biggest sporting talking points of the week.
And at the end of the show, we'll put it all together as we build our Inside ACCA. Don't forget, you can download the app or visit betmgm.co.uk, 18 plus, gambleware.org. Please do gamble responsibly.
Joining us today, we've got content creator from COP TV, Alex Gildertrott, and journalist and broadcaster Kweku Afari.
Right, lads, two of my favourite people ever. Let's get straight into it with a look at the Premier League action this weekend. We have to start with this ridiculous conversation about the quadruple, because earlier this week, Piers Morgan said Arsenal have the best squad assembled in the history of world football.
Mate, he's miles
clubs.
off it.
Like, sorry, if that's not rage baiting, clickbaiting, I don't know what that is, but we will talk about it. I mean, great.
Okay,
Have you ever heard such nonsense?
I thought you were going to take off your glasses. It's getting serious.
He's locked in.
Okay, Arsenal haven't won the League Cup since 1993. Arsenal haven't won the Champions League ever.
Ever.
Arsenal haven't won the Premier League since 2004.
22 years, I believe.
And Arsenal haven't won the FA Cup in 6 years. So for all of that to come together in one season, are pigs flying yet? I just don't know. I don't know where the unmitigated gall of Arsenal fans. And that's the problem with Arsenal. It's like, I really like their players. I don't hate Mikel Arteta. It's the fans. It's the fans. And again, they are in all these competitions, so there's a chance they can win the quadruple. Will they win the quadruple? No, they won't. And that's not an indictment on this Arsenal team. They're a very good team in what's been a pretty poor Premier League season. But the quadruple and the fact that he believes it's the greatest squad ever assembled in club football, come on.
They're not world beaters.
It's just actual nonsense.
Yeah,
let's be honest. I'm not saying that Arsenal have not assembled a very good squad. They have done that. Fair play. They've got a good manager and they probably will go on to win the league. But to say it's the best squad in world football we've ever seen, it's just a load of complete
I could name you 5.
nonsense.
Well, let's go through them. Barcelona 09, Barcelona 11-12.
Yeah, Barcelona have like 4
Even
of them.
Liverpool 21-22, we were 3 games away from winning the actual
Barca
quadruple.
2014-15.
Luis Enrique.
Yeah, when you think about that front three as well.
United 99 is better squad. I mean, it's so far-fetched. Like Kweku said, no one's actually ever in this country done the quadruple.
City treble team.
I mean, we haven't spoken about Madrid. This is just...
I mean, if they do win the quadruple, then he can come out with these braggadocious statements.
Yeah.
But like you said, bro, no League Cups for 30-odd years, no Premier League for 22, never won a Champions League. So to assume that on February the 6th, or whatever day it is today, that they will now go on to win a quadruple when the great Jurgen Klopp couldn't do it, the great Pep Guardiola couldn't do it. I mean, it kind of encapsulates the Arsenal fans at the minute. I actually was just saying to Abbi, I bumped into a lovely guy, Frank, his name was, from Angel. Just bumped into him on the tube. And I said to him, are you going to win the quad? Or how many are you going to win? He said, look, I'll take anything right now. I just want the league. And he said, tell Abbi that I'll be buying her a drink at the town hall when we win the league.
Well, you can tell Frank if you see him on the way home.
Oh, yeah.
You can tell
Frank
if you see him on the way home, I will be so far out of this country by the time that happens.
They're not going to win the quadruple.
We work with a lot of Arsenal fans, all of us,
sadly.
personally. Yes, sadly, it's a shame. But some of them are nice. Like, we have a lot of Arsenal fans that we love in our worlds and our friends and, partners, etc.
I think I can name one that I actually think's bearable in my whole entire life. That's going from home mates, uni mates, work mates, content creators. I think I've only got one in my life that I actually think.
No, I've got a few.
All of it are just unbearable.
I've got a few that I like.
This first section, though, we're doing what Piers Morgan wants.
Of course.
And we talk about it anyway. But Piers Morgan,
about this all week.
Piers Morgan is the king of rage bait. He's a rattler. He's very talented at what he does.
Should we try and rattle him back?
Yeah, let's try and rattle him back. What we're going to say? Got to be very careful.
Just say, where's your European Cups? Just say, where are your European Cups? Where are they?
This Arsenal team is not even a top 10 Premier League team of all time in terms of champions. This Arsenal team I'm not going to say
I
that.
know-
Piers. This is the. If you're thinking about, this isn't even the best Arsenal team ever. Ever, Trevor.
It's actually not, though.
And this is the worst Premier League team that we'll ever see if they win the Premier League title.
The only reason, let's be honest, the only reason they're going to win the league is because everyone else is inconsistent.
Okay.
Like, if there was a
I
little
agree
bit of
with
pressure
that.
put on by City, or if there was a little bit of pressure that if Liverpool hadn't have been so rubbish this season, I would just love to have seen how Arsenal would have fared under a bit of pressure. We're not going to see that.
I would love
It's okay.
to sit here and agree with that, but to play devil's advocate, their defences, they've got some quality defenders.
Of course.
Their attack, leaves a lot to be desired, but their defence is great.
Yeah, cool.
William Saliba and Gabriel will go down as Premier League greats when they win it. They are top defenders. I think Timber's a great right back and Calafiori's a great left back. It's going forward that it's an issue. Saka's not on form. Odegaard looks like a shadow of his former self. Gyökeres, we don't need to talk about him. And on the left, it's a
I've got a better sprint speed than Gyökeres.
Yeah, it's just
Don't debate that.
All right,
an average attack, and it's a very good defence.
Yeah,
We've given them
we've given
more than
Arsenal
enough
too much air.
airtime.
Liverpool versus Manchester City this Sunday afternoon. AGT, is this a title decider in your opinion?
It's such a conflicting one because I want to smash Man City on Sunday. But if we do, Arsenal, they'll beat Sunderland and then they go 9 points clear of Man City. So there's that. But we're not Tottenham. We actually want our team to win when there is a title kind of chance on the line.
My result did absolutely nothing to benefit anyone but
we all remember it though. So title decider, unfortunately, yeah. I think City's record at Anfield is atrocious. They've won once with fans in the stadium since 2003. Nicholas Anelka, Barton, Fowler and McManaman are all playing for City that day. So there is something that City mentally can't overcome at Anfield. We've seen Pep give it to the fans, we give it to him back. There is a lot of respect there still. But if Liverpool win this, Arsenal fans are buzzing. If Man City win this, Arsenal fans will be a little bit more nervous, but it's no good for us. We're looking up at the 4th spot. We need to be looking down at it, stabilising ourselves. But in the last week, we've scored 10 goals with one reply. So listen, I think Liverpool should and probably will win this game. What does that mean for Arsenal? I don't want to give them a favour, as it were. I just want to concentrate on our own game and dispatch of City.
Do you think this is more important for Liverpool then, or for Manchester City? Because City at the minute, I mean, we're desperately trying to include them in this title race, but realistically, they're not actually anywhere near it, and obviously you guys aren't. But in terms of top 4, Manchester United have entered the chat.
I know. I can't believe that. Flex is unbearable at the minute, just for being in 4th place. How the mighty have fallen.
Falling up, though.
It's a tough one because it's so important for Liverpool to get into that top 4. You heard Virgil yesterday with Gary Neville. It's imperative financially, of course. With all the money that we spent last year, it would be an absolute disaster if Liverpool didn't make the Champions League. But for City, of course, Pep will always be... And this is the time, actually, isn't it? Every season when City do turn it on, traditionally anyway.
It's
maybe
always
not
March
this year.
and April when Arsenal,
Fail.
fail.
Quite miserably. But it's such an important game for Liverpool. I almost don't want to think about how important it is for City. We need to focus on just putting a few wins together because as you've seen this season, we've drawn at home to Sunderland, Wolves, Leeds, lost to Forest. If we'd won all of them, we'd probably be right next to Arsenal. So it's our own fault we're in this situation, but it's so important that we win this game.
Do you think it's disrespectful to discount Manchester City? And I feel that's both of you as well.
They're still in it.
Yeah, they're still in absolutely
They've been there and
everything.
done this how many times? They
You
can
think about that
do it.
season.
Not the same City, though.
Yeah, but you think about it 5 years ago when it was around about sort of like January time and they won every single game until the back end of the season. They didn't have a striker at the same time as well.
When you look at the history of the Premier League, City have actually never lost a title race. In terms of when it's close, come April time, they've never lost a title race. And you can speak to that from first-hand experience. When you're in a race with City, they end up winning the league. The time that you won it, or both the times you won it, you ran away with it. When teams have won it, when Pep Guardiola's been here, they've run away with it. But they need to make it close when it comes to April. When Arsenal come to Etihad, the league needs to be close. Otherwise, I just don't think it's the same Man City team. This is a team that shouldn't have dropped points against Spurs. Being 2-0 up against the Spurs side. In that stadium, the fans are ready to turn. And the fact that City let that slip is disgraceful. And weirdly enough as well, if you look at City this season, I think they look more fluid without Erling Haaland starting. And that's not me saying that Erling Haaland shouldn't start for Man City. He scored 20 league goals already.
Yeah.
But there's a weird conundrum that Pep has to figure out right now in terms of how he gets his team to play the best football consistently. And unfortunately, I just see Liverpool winning at Anfield. I don't see City going there and beating them. And this is an indictment on the City team that have been the best team in the country over the last maybe decade, but they're a shadow of their former self.
Defensively as well. I mean, I know
They've
they've got a lot of injuries.
weaker team.
Their injury
They are
record is a
plagued at the
joke.
minute. They are, but I mean, they put out a weaker team that probably still cost $500 million against Newcastle. The amount of times Newcastle made that line-cutting pass to totally open them up was something that Arne Slot should have been watching and thinking, right, if Wirtz can get in these pockets and slide in Ekitike, they're in big trouble. But attacking-wise, how good are they still? You can't write them off.
Abby, let's go on to one of my favourite sections of the whole entire week. Your mob Spurs.
Such a joy.
Your running games.
Such a joy to
Your
speak
running
about.
games is just awful. I think you could be essentially dragged into a relegation battle. No, I'm joking. You're not going to be getting relegated. You're not going to be getting relegated. Are you happy to hand Michael Carrick 4 out of 4?
I'm not happy to. No. I
But
mean,
in the current climate that's happening at the football club, because what happened on Sunday, we going into that second half at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, I thought we were going to see Manchester City, who didn't come out of second gear really.
Correct.
I thought they were going to beat you 6-0.
Same.
But seeing everything that's happening now, do you want Frank gone? Would you be happy for Michael Carrick and Manchester United to run over your mob?
No, I would have been happy for City to run over the mob because obviously that served dual purpose, in all honesty. I think in terms of the relegation chat, like if you'd have asked me last week, I would have said we are in danger of that. But good old Chelsea doing me a favour at the weekend, pulling it back from West Ham. Because I was actually, genuinely, I was concerned. Like seeing West Ham go 2-0 up, I was like, no, this is really bad because they'll only be like 4 points behind us or something like that.
Yeah.
And obviously it's all right, like the gap is I think like now 9 points. So I think it's set. Is
The
it 9
fact that we're having this conversation is a joke. Your mob are a joke.
We're not doing that. We're not doing it. We're not doing the head flush down the toilet.
Kweku, go.
You are a joke.
We're not doing it.
Like, the
We're
way
not
that
doing it.
Spurs
Abby, let him
fans
talk.
kind of...
I know what he's going to say.
No, it is. It's like, I just feel bad for you lot because it's like, I'm going to use the analogy, like as a kid that goes to school and it's like, today's going to be a good day. You walk through the gates, you see the person you don't want to see.
boring.
They pull your tie, they flush your head down the toilet.
Take your lunch money.
Take your lunch money, they stuff you in a locker. And again, I don't know how you guys get up for it every single week. I look at Spurs.
Resilience.
I don't
Character.
understand you as a football club. Can you finish fourth in the Champions League kind of league phase, and then in the league you're talking about fears of relegation? Like, what is this? And also the Thomas Frank thing that you're saying. I don't think Spurs are going to blink. I don't think Spurs will sack Frank.
No.
Because there's going to be a plethora of world-class managers available after the World Cup.
Yeah.
If you're a smart football club, you just keep what you've got right now and then kind of scope the landscape from the
You're
second.
waiting for Poch, aren't you? You're waiting for Poch.
I personally am waiting for
Who
Poch.
should never probably have actually been sacked
Correct,
anyway.
we're still playing-
That is where everything, after that
yeah.
Champions League final where, you lost to Liverpool, and it should have been the real progression of Tottenham
Yeah.
Hotspur as a football club. A couple of months down the line, he's sacked, Renior comes in.
Listen,
It's
I've
literally
said
a
this for the
nuclear bomb at the
I've said
football
this for
club.
the last 6.5 years. Like, we're still paying the price. We're still seeing the repercussions of terrible decisions from the top. And it's still the same thing. I think at this point, they probably won't sack Thomas Frank because if they were going to, they've had multiple chances, especially after West Ham in particular. He should have been sacked at half-time the other day, by the way. Like, he should have.
Was it
This,
Martin
but
Yole?
whoever
Was it
gets
Martin
sacked
Yole?
at
One day
half-time.
Ramos.
Martin Yole got sacked at half-time.
Martin Yole got
At
sacked at
half-time,
half-time,
yes.
Spurs.
He got sacked at half-time.
Yeah.
Anyway, point being, I think at this
do remember
point,
that.
we probably do stick with Thomas Frank until the end of the season, and hopefully we bring Poch back, and then whatever. But what I would say is that regardless of who is in charge, something has to change at the top. I think that Thomas Frank I do think he's a good coach. I think what they've left him with in January, you go through a whole window and you only sign one player that's going to come into the first team in Conor Gallagher. You have had 4 extra injuries in a week. We've got 14 players out, and I think that it's a disgrace that we've had barely any attackers for the majority of this season, and it gets to January and you don't help him. Now, there was an interview that Johan Lange did with Spurs the other day, and he basically was saying, we don't want to bring in players that can't benefit or help the team. This team's on its knees. This team is down to we're past the bare bones.
Yeah.
We're in the carcass, right? And you've got to help the guy. If we're genuinely talking about Spurs being in a potential relegation battle or where we're going to pick up points, you need more than one player in January. More than one. And I think that our recruitment in general was terrible. I think our talent ID is terrible. And I think that Thomas Frank has been dealt a bad hand, same way that Ange was dealt a bad hand, in all honesty, and the media were not as graceful towards him. I don't think he's the right man for Tottenham, but if he's going to be there to the end of the season, and if I see what I saw in the second half last week, that's something we can all get behind. But unfortunately, I haven't seen that drive and ambition of a Spurs team to
But you're a club
move the
that
ball
is so
quicker,
far
drive
up
the ball
there.
forward,
You're so far up there,
and
you
play
should be
better
bigger.
football.
The only thing that is
Oh,
big
we're
that's
miles
happened in
off
the
that.
last 5 or 6 years, I think Beyonce's played there twice. Quick on Manchester United, of course, massively inform you two. And, you know, you look at this, and it's sort of like the honeymoon period with Michael Carrick. Every club has had this with a new manager, unless, you know, obviously, unless you're Spurs. Yeah. I can't think of a honeymoon period at Spurs because Ryan Mason, I don't think, had one when he came in as caretaker manager. But, yeah, listen, in this situation that Manchester United are in, Michael Carrick's done a phenomenal job. Is it a flash in the pan? If he gets them Champions League football, does he stay on in the summer?
It's a difficult one because when he's come into the club, everything's been lifted. It's almost like a switch has been pressed and the players forget or unlearn what they have learned under Amorim. They go back to playing really kind of expressive football. They're free within themselves. The players are very, comfortable now. They almost can pick the team for themselves. Obviously, Sesko's just scores a winner. Against you. Sorry, mate. I didn't want him to. I'm a Liverpool fan.
Calvin Bassey needs to know that he needs to... I don't care if he puts out Bruno Fernandes for 4 weeks. Yeah. He has to take the man.
We get take the card, take the man. But look, if they go 4 games unbeaten, 5, your man will get a haircut. Great for him. But if it gets to the end of the season and he has got them in the top 4, surely he deserves at least an interview. Yeah. I know there'll be, like you said, some massive names available after the World Cup. But, I mean... If you asked the biggest Man United fan at the peak of Amorim's worst point, we'll still get top 4 this season. No one would have believed you.
No one would have backed that.
If they do, he deserves an interview at least.
Shall we talk about another manager then? Your manager, actually, who is... basically the David Brent of the football world.
LinkedIn Liam.
He is busy ageing men.
Liam from Recruitment.
So busy ageing men that he just low blocks it in an FA Cup semi-final. Carabao Cup semi-final. What's your thoughts on Renior?
Sorry, is it Renior or Renior?
Renior.
I'm
Liam.
Renior.
Just go LinkedIn Liam.
We can go Liam.
LinkedIn Liam.
So obviously when he first got the job, we all asked the question, does he deserve it? The answer to that question is no. But he's come in and he's won 6 out of his first 8 games.
Might I just say, you were extremely critical when he first came in.
Of course.
There were some fraudulent claims.
No, I didn't use the word fraud. I said that the British media, they sniff out a fraud and they believe that he's a fraud. It's the same way that when they saw Eric Ten Hag in that ill-fitting blazer in his first game as Manchester United manager, they weren't having it. But
Amorim rocks up in the Monclisi.
He rocks up in the Valentino. Everyone's having it. Do you know what I mean?
Last season, when Arne Slot, I'm going to stand up quickly, was posing like that.
That was his first media day.
And everyone was like, oh my God, what's going to be happening? This man's overtaking Jurgen Klopp.
But with Renior, football's a results-dependent business. And I know Arne Slot came out the other day and said he cares more about the performance than results. But for me, as a Chelsea fan, I care more about the results. And if you're only 2 losses this city, or as you've come in, have been against the best team in Europe in Arsenal, and you've won 6 games across 4 different competitions, you deserve some credit. Let's see if it continues. Let's see if it gets Chelsea qualified for the Champions League. But as things stand, I can't sit here and be critical. Yeah, some of the things are cringe. Yeah, sometimes I feel like it's a little bit inauthentic, but he just might be tapped. The best managers are tapped. And when you see Arteta drawing light bulbs on pieces of paper, you're like, there's something a bit odd about you. Sometimes Jurgen Klopp or
what is it, the rabbit or the duck?
Yeah,
it's like, if you don't see the rabbit or the duck, I don't want you in here.
Or Pep Guardiola is a bit tapped. I just feel like with Renior, it's a wait and see situation. And it might be a hindsight situation. Say he goes on to be very successful at Chelsea, people will very quickly rewrite history and be like, no, we saw it from the beginning.
I tell you what, though, let's switch sports quickly. The BetMGM Premier League darts got underway in Newcastle this week. And I tell you what, I'm not going to say it, right? Michael Van Gerwen, he might be back. Big Mike might be back. He's not won a Premier League night since, I think, the 11th of April 2024. He didn't win a single night last season. He had his issues. Right? A lot of personal reasons, a lot of form issues. But it makes me proud.
You look buzzing.
I'm so happy. Thursday nights are back. Thursday nights are obviously we're normally, going down the pub, going this, that and the other. I'm like, listen, ladies and gents, I will join you for one. But
every night,
get back and watch the Premier League darts. Yeah, but I'm playing the darts league as well. Can you not tell? Hey, look at this, baby! Come on now. I've got the 180 record in my league at the moment as well. Come on. But listen, BetMGM Premier League darts, next 16 weeks and 17 if you make it to the O2 as well. Anyone been watching it? Anyone backing? Anyone? Don't say, oh yeah, Luke Littler, mate. Because
is that not the right? Is that not the right answer for every question when it comes to
surely
darts?
has to be Luke.
It's not just the Luke Littler.
How's
show, ladies and
Bunting
gents.
getting on?
Mate, I'd rather not
I've met
go
him.
into
He's a
the
nice
whole
guy.
Bunting situation. I like Stephen as a man. I spoke to him the other day. I think he's a phenomenal darts player, but maybe
Been very
shouldn't have
political.
been in it.
Very political.
Oh, really?
Who's I like the ferret.
Donny Clayton.
Just love the name of the
mate,
ferret.
He is I hadn't met him for how long I've been doing the darts job for. I met him for the first time like 2 weeks ago. He is the most lovely human being ever. Put up about 106 average against Josh Rock last night as well. But each of you, I know it's obviously darts might not be your forte. Abbi, who do you think will win the Premier League darts?
Well, I would always just go with Luke Littler because how could you
Yeah,
how could you back
Luke
anyone
Littler.
else?
Same.
I'll
Yeah.
go Humphreys then.
Oh, the
Just to be
Newbury boy.
different.
Just to be,
Yeah.
just to be a little bit
I always have to go
different.
Luke Humphreys as well because we're both born and bred Newbury.
Let's talk about another big moment in sport this weekend. It is Super Bowl as well. Kweku, you are our resident expert on that. So
Okay.
what can we expect?
Who
Seahawks,
booked this guy?
Pats?
Yeah, it's gonna be.
He's like, how did I get it?
Yeah, I guess I am.
No, it's gonna be huge. It's a replay of Super Bowl 49, one of the most famous Super Bowls. Tom Brady winning his fourth ring, the interception on the goal line. But this is a very different iteration of the Seahawks and a very different iteration of the New England Patriots. The Seahawks have got the best defense in the league. The Patriots have got the new up-and-coming hot quarterback in Drake May, who is, I don't know, not the heir apparent to Tom Brady, but to make the Super Bowl in your second year as a starter. If he wins, it will be the youngest quarterback in NFL history to ever win the Super Bowl. Bad Bunny performing halftime.
Yeah, very exciting.
Big for the old Latino
Yes.
culture as well. It's massive that he's doing
It's
it.
huge. Off the back of winning a few Grammys, it's going to be big.
What
It's
I
gonna
mean
be
that
big.
was, by the way, it felt like he was sat there doing this for about 20 hours.
Yeah. Very emotional. There's a lot going on in his life at the moment. But yeah, tune in. It's going to be good.
All right, we've discussed pretty much all the biggest talking points of the weekend now. Let's lock in some of those predictions then. It's time for the Inside ACCA with BetMGM 18+, begambleaware.org.
Abbi, start us off.
Okay, well, I guess I'll be going for United against Spurs. Something's telling me that it would be 2-2 because these fixtures are always decent.
You want back-to-back Desmond?
No, I'm going to go 3-2 Spurs.
AGT, Liverpool versus Manchester City, Sunday.
I'd love a clean sheet. I really would. But
Wishful thinking that.
Yeah.
I'll go 3-1 Liverpool. I think at home, Wirtz and Ekitike, that little partnership is the most productive partnership for under 23 Liverpool players since Owen and Gerrard in 04.
Kweku, Super Bowl, Seahawks versus the Patriots.
Yep.
What's your prediction?
Seahawks are the favourites with most bookies, but I am going with the Patriots. I feel like this is the dawn of a new era in New England, and a lot of NFL fans won't like to hear it because they feel like New England have been blessed. They've just off the back of Tom Brady, and now they're in another Super Bowl with Drake May. But I just think the Patriots do it. I like the cut of the coach's jib, and I think they've just got enough to beat this vaunted Seahawks defence.
Okay, right, so just to confirm my ACCA, we're going Spurs, we're going Liverpool, and we're going Patriots. Okay, yeah, nice little ACCA we've got there. Lock it in. Don't forget, you can download the app or visit betmgm.co.uk, 18+, gambleaware.org. Please do gamble responsibly.
That's everything you need to know ahead of the packed weekend. Thanks to Alex and Kweku, and to you for watching.
Join us again next week on Inside talkSPORT, sponsored by BetMGM. Download the app or visit betmgm.co.uk, 18+, gambleaware.org. Please gamble responsibly.